I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Hey guys, welcome to Happy Wax TV. So got another Blu-ray / DVD haul. I went away for about a week there with my daughter to Mississippi. She got invited down to the Mississippi State University campus to tour the campus and then train a little bit with the soccer team down there. So been gone for a little bit, but I'll tell you, the Blu-rays and the DVDs pile up quick. I've probably got enough for 3 episodes here, but me being the stupid ass that I am, I usually put them in piles before I get them on my shelves and stuff, for the ones that I've shown you, and then there's piles of ones that I haven't shown you. So there's so many that I haven't even filed yet that I didn't really remember what piles I've shown and which I haven't. So, and I'm too fucking lazy to go back and look in the video. So I think these ones I haven't shown yet. So I'm pretty sure I haven't. So there's like 6 piles sitting over there, and I think the 3 on the left are the ones I haven't shown. So anyways, if I have, I apologize, but I don't think I've shown these. So yeah, so with that out of the way, let's get going on this. So the first one is it's kind of like it's the full box set of every season is that 70s show. This show was fucking great. I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV, but this is one of the TV shows that I would go out of the way to watch. I fucking love this thing. So, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of set up like back in the day, we used to have record cases that we'd carry all our records around in, especially if you were a DJ like I was. But anyway, so this is in a record case, or it's supposed to look like it. Obviously, it's smaller. And then you open it up, and there's the picture of the cast on the inside of the box there. And then that's the inside of the box. And it's all set up like old albums. So I'll show you this. This is the complete series. So what it is a little booklet. That's not in the light, and it just has a write-up on each cast member. When you open it up there, like Mila Kunis and Topher Grace, all the guys, anyways, and girls, and it has a little write-up on them. And then if you get farther into it. It has each season with the episode, so it lists every season and every episode on throughout the book there. So that's kind of cool. And then the other cool thing that's in here is this one. It's the 200th episode. Okay, and this is put together like an old kind of a notepad or an old artist kind of a book, which is kind of cool. And when you open it up, it's the 200th episode, but it's the script, which is fucking awesome. So hopefully you can see that. And it's got all their dialogue and who says what, and for the 200th episode. So I thought that was really cool too. And then lastly, each season comes in these cases, all right, like that. And the cool thing about it is when you open them up, they're meant to look like how they used to package old 45 records. For those of you who still know what records are, but I mean that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like with the little back in the day when I was a kid and stuff, there used to be these things called, there was albums like EPs, and then there was 45 records, and they were like miniatures of like a single song, and it would come in these sleeves when you go to the record store, and then it would, you know, some would be wrapped in plastic, other ones wouldn't, but that's what each episode or each season comes with, and how they have the discs are all in these separate boxes for each episode, and then every disc inside the box has its own sleeve like a 45. So I thought that was really cool. It was a good find. I wasn't expecting that one. So, but anyways, so let me put these back in here, and then we'll get on to it, because I got a lot here. So it's probably going to be a long episode. So bear with me, because you know how I like to fucking ramble. So I'll try and keep it to a minimum as best I can. But you know what I'm like. So anyways, these are in no particular order. I just grabbed this stack because it didn't look familiar, so honestly I don't really remember most of the stuff that's in here. So, but starting off, this is from the Criterion Collection, David Cronenberg's Videodrome. Now I think I mentioned this in the last episode when I had Scanners, the Criterion Collection version of Scanners. And we had the pleasure of seeing back-to-back showing or viewings at the Highland Cinema. Vic showed Scanners first, and then they showed Videodrome. It was a double feature. It was awesome. And the cool thing about this is inside, when you pull the inside out, it looks like a VHS tape. So that's fucking awesome. And then inside is the you get a booklet with a write-up of the movie and all the the stuff that's in there, and a write-up of the film and all that sort of cool stuff. And obviously then there's the disc. So that's pretty awesome. And the packaging that it comes in is pretty cool. I really like that, the VHS tape. So what else we got here? Okay, so one of my again, I don't watch a lot of TV. I watch more movies than I'm not big into TV shows, although even though I just showed you the 70s show, but that's, there's a handful of TV shows that I really enjoy. And when it comes to cartoon series, there's always Family Guy, and then Ren and Stimpy is my favorite of all time. But then Samurai Jack. For those of you who haven't seen Samurai Jack or don't know who he is, you need to find this. There's episodes on YouTube and stuff that you can find. And I actually heard that they're bringing it back. They're going to continue with it this year sometime. It might already be on, I'm not sure, but I remember reading that. But this is episode 1 of Samurai Jack. And again, I don't want to make this video any longer than it is, but yeah, you definitely need to see this cartoon TV series because it is fucking awesome. Oh boy. Okay, so Meatball Machine. I did a review for this trailer back on my old channel before it got taken down, and I'll tell you, this was one of the craziest fucking trailers I'd ever seen. These Asians, man, they go over the top. Their fucking movies are so incredibly awesome, and if you like craziness and blood and guts and gore and just pools and pools of blood, Meatball Machine is the movie for you. Now, there's actually 2 of these. There's Meatball Machine 1 and Meatball Machine 2, but this is number 1. It's on DVD, and I'm telling you, if you want to see craziness and over the top, you need to find this fucking movie and watch it. And I was lucky enough to find it on DVD, so yeah, just check it out. You will not be disappointed, especially if you're a gore fan. This thing's fucking crazy. So just be forewarned. Oh, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid was the classic Night of the Demons. This movie was awesome. One of my favorite demon movies is obviously just straight up demons, but this one is cool too, where it takes place. Well, it starts off on a college campus, and then they kind of have like a party at a frat house, or think they're going to have it at a frat house, but it ends up being the host is actually possessed, and she leads her friends and stuff there. And then she wants to possess them and all sorts of stuff. But I'll tell you, this is a classic, but do not watch this in 4K. In fact, do not watch any movie in 4K. I'm just going to be very quick. I was at a friend's house a while back. We have movie nights, and I watched this. They have 4K, the new smart TVs. I have one as well, but I disabled the smart option because it turns these awesome old kind of scratchy VHS kind of style, a little bit of a blur movie, into a crispness, if that's actually a word, that makes it look like it's shot on a fucking handy cam, and it just totally takes away from the whole movie. And that's the last time I saw this was probably 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I think, at the movie night, and that's how we watched it, and I hated it. You know what I mean? I just the style of this 4K, you cannot watch these old classic movies. I mean, Blu-ray is one thing, but when you step it up into 4K and stuff, it just totally detracts from what the classicness of the movie is. And that happened to me a couple years ago at a movie night, and it was barely watchable. It looked like it was shot on a fucking handy cam, so I did not enjoy it. But this is one of my favorite movies growing up, Night of the Demons. It's a fucking great movie. They made a couple other ones too. There's like one, I think there's 4 of them actually. This was the best one. Number 2's okay, but 3 and 4, like, they really did suck. So this movie, Trick or Treat, if there was ever a diamond in the rough, this is it. Not a lot of people know about this movie, or maybe you guys do, but a lot of people I talk to have never even heard of this movie. And it's a trilogy movie where they have a bunch of different, not a trilogy movie, but whatever the fuck it's called, where they have a bunch of stories kind of inside of one story. So there's a lot going on. So And this thing fucking killed it. It wasn't really advertised. It was just one of those movies where you kind of lucked upon, and I mean, it killed it. It won Audience Choice at the Screamfest Film Festival. It played at too, and they're actually making a second one. They're making a second one. Michael Dougherty directed it, and he's actually making a second one, and I think it comes out 2019. So, anyways, Trick or Treat on Blu-ray. If you haven't seen this, find it because it is fucking awesome. And then, okay, so this movie here, Nightmares, it says Nightmares is this year's sleeper. Now I know that's just because it's Nightmares and they're trying to get it across for sleep. But this came out. When did this come out? I think it was in the late 80s or early 90s. 1983. Man, and this is an anthology movie, and I love anthology flicks. When you have different directors doing different semi-short films, packing them into like 20 minutes to a half an hour, kind of like Twilight Zone series, you know what I mean? But when Nightmares came out, it was kind of like one of the first anthology movies, and this thing fucking killed it. So, and it's got Lance Hendricks in it too, and I fucking love him. So, I don't know. Just if you haven't seen it, find it. It is actually kind of hard to find, but yeah, I don't know if maybe it's streaming somewhere, maybe on Shudder, but it's called Nightmares, and if you have seen it, or if you haven't seen it, make sure you get it into your fucking eyeballs because it's that damn good. Oh, The Blob. Okay, so this is the original Blob, not the... Well, actually, the remake for it is awesome too, but this is the one that has Steve McQueen in it. And I mentioned this when we were talking about our favorite horror movies there on Let's Talk Horror, and this is one of my movies I brought up because it is one of my favorites. This one and the remake. A lot of remakes suck, but the remake of The Blob didn't. And the original too, I mean, if you can find this movie... probably a lot of you have seen it because it has been on TV quite a bit, but either this one or the remake, watch it and you'll fucking love it. But yeah, I think these movies are great, and they're actually making another one. They're making another remake that's supposed to be out next year, and it's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. So we'll see how it goes. But I mean, the original is always the best, and this one is fucking amazing. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, the 3-disc. I didn't even know I had this. The 3-disc special edition of Hellboy 2. The Golden Army. And if you look at the face on the screen there, it kind of moves when you move the cover. I love these movies. Now they're remaking these as well, starring the guy from, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but starring the police officer from Stranger Things. And I've seen some videos and interviews of him getting in shape. And man, he's going to kill it because, Ron Perlman is fucking awesome and he'll always be a Hellboy. But if there's anyone that can pull off like a remake and look like Hellboy, it's the guy from Stranger Things. I can't remember what his name is, though. I guess I probably should have looked it up, but whatever. But this is number 2. They're both great fucking movies. It's a shame they never got around to doing a third one. I remember reading about why they didn't do it. It's just, I don't know. It's a shame, actually, because it would have been nice to have a trilogy. But they are rebooting the series for good or bad. And hopefully they kill it on that. But yeah, Ron Perlman is Hellboy, and this is, I mean, both these movies fucking kill it. So, oh, okay. So I am a huge Christmas person. I fucking love Christmas movies, and I'll tell you my favorite. Well, I have a few favorite Christmas movies, but Christmas Carol is my favorite all time, and this is, I believe this is the original with Alistair Sims. I think he did the very first one. Man, as soon as December rolls around, I'm all Christmas. In fact, I might even do a review on this movie. But on the main level of my house, I have movies that play continuously for all of December. There's Elf, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Frosty, the original Grinch, and then this movie, and I put them all on a disc, and they just replay and replay and replay. So it's always on in my house, and it's kind of like background kind of filler noise. Do you know what I mean? For when I'm downstairs doing stuff. And man, I could, if this movie was on 100 times in December, I would watch it 100 times. I fucking love this movie. It's fantastic, and Alistair Sims is like forever in my eyes. He will be always, well, he is the original Scrooge, but I mean, he's the best. It really is. Even though George C. Scott plays an incredible Scrooge as well, but Alistair Stims will always be my favorite. So. Oh, okay, so if there was ever a movie that gave me nightmares when I was a kid, it was Death Ship. Not the newer one that came out. I think it was of the same name, Death Ship. I don't know, but this is the one from the 80s. And if you haven't seen this one, it's about a giant cruiser that goes missing on the ocean, and then it appears out of nowhere, and they board it, and then it's all hell breaks loose. Now, you may not remember it from that cover. In fact, I think I showed this one last time. It sounds familiar, but you may not recognize it from this cover. But for all you old farts out there like me, you will remember it from that cover, because that is the one on the VHS. So, but I saw it, Scream Factory released it last year, and I saw it sitting there, and I was like, well, fuck, I need to own this before somebody else gets their hands on it, so I bought it. So it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, make sure you get it into your eyeballs, because it is that fucking good. So now we are on to my favorite thing, steelbooks. I have lots of them, and again, I've said this, whether it's a horror movie or not, I'll just pick it up. I just have a fascination with these steel cases. I fucking love it. So, and this one is actually really cool. It's Batman: The Killing Joke, and I don't want to give any spoilers away, but for those of you who have seen it, you will know that this is probably one of the best animated Batman movies out there. It has really good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and whenever somebody talks about a Batman kind of one of the cartoon movies, this is usually the one they talk about because it's pretty graphic. So you open it up and it's got a 2-disc set inside. It's got the movie, and then it's also got special features. So yeah, this thing's a keeper. And the inside too, it's all about the Joker, really. You know what I mean? So it's pretty awesome. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. But that's one steel book. And then the other one, I have multiple copies. I mean, I've got the Stay Puft guy down here. He's actually on the back of the thing, and then it's just the original Ghostbusters. Again, it's a steel book, and it's got the Stay Puft guy on the inside. I didn't own this one, so I saw it there and I grabbed it, and it's a classic movie. I mean, everybody's seen Ghostbusters, so it's just something you watch around Halloween time. It's just that good. Ghost in the Shell, again, it's a steel book. This is a great fucking movie. It didn't get the best reviews, and I'm not a huge anime fan, so I can't probably appreciate it. Whether you'll get all, it's kind of like Star Wars, right? You'll get all the fucking anime hardcore guys, and it's like, oh my god, it was so shit live action and this and that. I'm like, well, whatever. I saw the movie and I thought it was fucking great, and I don't watch a ton of anime, so I can't compare it. I've never seen the anime version, so strike me down if you want to, but I've never seen it. But I did enjoy this movie. Yes, it had a lot of flaws in it and was heavily CGI'd. I mean, they obviously couldn't have made this movie without CGI. But I thought it was fucking great, and I like Scarlett Johansson, and I thought she played really, her character was awesome in this movie. And inside, it's got another picture of her, and then the 2-disc set. But, I just bought it also, too, because it's steel book. I think I have the Blu-ray as well, but me, I love my steel books. And then, okay, so I'm saving the best for last here, these last 4. So this one is John Wick. This is a steel book. And this one... This one actually cost me a lot of fucking money. I think I paid almost $100 for this steelbook. I don't care, but I had to have it. And this thing is a collector's edition, and it's got both. It's got 1 and 2 in there. And when you open, okay, so that's the outside cover. Hopefully you can see that. And it's a hand-painted cover, which is fucking amazing. And then on the other side, it's got his guns. And then when you open it up, obviously there's 2 guns there. I'm assuming to symbolize 1 and 2. And then you open it up, and it's like all the discs. So there's John Wick 1 and John Wick 2. And then you flip it over, and then there's special features for both the movies. And I don't know, I had to have this. I'd never even seen this. When I was looking up, John Wick collectibles and stuff, I didn't even see this. So when it was sitting there, I thought, fuck it, I have to get this because it looks amazing. Just for the front cover, it was fucking awesome. So this was a good find, because I have not... The only copy I've ever seen of this is the one I own. And all the other stores I've been to and movie stores and stuff, I've never seen this copy of it. So I don't know, maybe it's limited edition. So, and then okay, so these beauties. When man, oh man, I don't even know what to say about Monty Python. I mean, there's 3 movies that I grew up with watching and loving, and I mean, the Holy Grail is a fucking classic. I remember when I was a kid, probably 8, 9, 10 years old, at my uncle's house. my Uncle Peter in Thunder Bay. And it was a late night, and I couldn't sleep, and I knew he was up, so I walked into the living room, and him and my Aunt Zeph were watching this movie, and I don't even know what time it was. It was late to me, so it could have been like, 11 o'clock, 12. And I walked in right where the scene with the Black Knight, and I was like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? But I sat there and I watched it. They let me watch it with them, and man, I was hooked on these movies ever since. I mean, the Holy Grail, and to find it on Steelbook, I mean, I didn't even care how much it fucking cost. I was just gonna buy it. So, and that's cool. I know that, but you open it up, and there's the inside cover with the Black Knight there, and it's got special features and stuff. So, I mean, if you haven't seen Monty Python's The Holy Grail, what the fuck are you doing? Like, seriously, you need to watch this. And then the other two that you need, well, The Life of Brian is fucking amazing, and it's funny. I mean, anything Monty Python does is hilarious, but Life of Brian on Steelbook, you open it up too, and then, I mean, there's the inside there. It's got the Blu-ray and then the special features. And then the other one is, this is classic, The Meaning of Life, with the Mr. Creosote scene. I mean, I had tears. I mean, even nowadays, when Axemaster and I go out to eat and we get too full, we start doing the Mr. Creosote fucking lines. I can't eat another bite. You know what I mean? It's just, I love this movie. This is probably one of my all-time favorite movies. The Meaning of Life by Monty Python. If you have not seen this movie, dear God, find it and fucking watch it. And if I know you and you haven't seen it, I'll let you borrow this copy because it is so fucking good. So, anyways, that's my Steelbook. Got a bunch of Steelbooks now. This movie, I did not know what Stranger Things was when it came on Netflix, and my son Spence told me I need to watch this series. He said there's 2 seasons and you need to fucking watch this, and I was like, okay, I've never heard of it before. And he goes, I know you don't like watching TV, but he says you need to get this into your eyeballs as soon as you can. So I did. And I binge watched the first season, and then I immediately binge watched the second season, and I mean, they were fucking awesome. It's like one of those series where you start watching it and you just can't stop. And I mean, Millie Bobby Brown, I don't know the other kids' names in it, but a lot of them also starred in it. And Millie Bobby Brown actually is in the new Godzilla movie, King of Monsters. And I mean, these kids are just killing it, and they're such good actors. And again, like I said too, for Hellboy too. I can't remember what the fella's name is, but the guy that plays the sheriff is the new Hellboy. So I mean, I don't know. So what I'm trying to get at is you've got these awesome actors, and they're on this TV series that's on Netflix. Now the cool thing about this is, as soon as I saw this come on online, I ordered it because, I mean, I knew it was going to be fucking fantastic. So it's a Stranger Things, and it comes in an old VHS case. I don't know if you can see down there how it has the VHS, and on the spine there, it looks, for those of you who aren't old enough, just Google what VHS is, and you'll know. Now, when you open it up, it actually looks like a fucking VHS tape. I mean, this thing is fucking amazing. You know what I mean? Because the show is filmed, supposed to take place back in the 80s, right? Which is when VHS really took off. It actually kind of just, took the place of Beta back in the day. And then when you open it up, I mean, this is what's all inside. So, I mean, you've got the a little booklet here. I don't want to break the spell. It's not a booklet. It's a poster of the. I mean, how cool does that look? And then you've got all the discs, which I mean, there's just tons in here. It's both seasons, 1 and 2, both discs, and then limited edition poster, and it's got both seasons, and then it's got the special features. So, good find. So, anyways, that's it for this Blu-ray haul. If you see anything here that you liked and you want to comment about, please feel free to. And again, I've got 2 more stacks of movies sitting over there. I just got to figure out which ones I've shown you and which ones I haven't, and then I'll pump out a couple more Blu-ray hauls for you as well. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think of this haul, and leave comments down below. And as always, stay scared.